Fine, good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So warm greetings to you all students. So welcome to our today's online class. So now we are studying about chapter 6, specification and abstraction. Students, have you all studied till yesterday's portion? So have you all studied? So last class I asked you to study specification and algorithm design techniques. Isn't it? Have you all completed? So have you all studied that questions? 2 questions. So what are the portions I asked you to study? So please study and write it, okay? Then only you will never get forget, okay? So before we are going to start about today's class, just recall what are the things we have studied in the last class, okay? So last class we have studied about abstraction, isn't it? Specification fully we have completed. Then we have studied about abstraction. So what do you mean by abstraction? So meaning of abstraction is, so abstraction means, so it's in a problem, if they will give some problem means that problem will have lot of details. But so you will not include all the details in the problem. So you will include only the necessary or important things in the problem. So unnecessary details you are not including. So that we are calling as an what? Abstraction. Isn't it? So in that abstraction, so last class we have studied about one example about hospitals and doctors. Isn't it? So another one example in your book they have given map. Okay, so you all know about maps. So in map, how they are representing abstraction. Okay, for example, particular person needs a particular ground from one area. Okay, so he is checking the ground or place from the Google map. Okay, so lot of places are there, but so he need a particular place in the area. So what he will do? From the map, he will choose what ground or which place or which area, which ground he needs. That ground alone he will check. Isn't it? What are the things or what are the facilities available near to the ground? What are the things surrounding? What are the things are there? Only that alone the particular person will check. So, but in a map, lot of things are there, but he will check only what things necessary for his ground. Understand, that is called what? Abstraction. Okay. So next thing. So in a map, maps can be used for different purposes. For constructing road, for constructing railways or anything. Isn't it? So different maps can be drawn for different purposes. Okay. So for example, so they are going to design a road map. Okay. For designing a road map, they won't check about whether hill is there near to the road, whether hill is there or not. They won't bother about that one. Okay, so in road map they are ignore the hills or what are near places hills are there, that and they will ignore. Only in that which place they are providing road, that place alone they will check what other things are there. Okay, then if they are giving railways, so railway track, so they won't bother about other roads. Okay, so what are things necessary, that things alone from the map they will check. That is called one abstraction. So for walker in a street, for a walker, particular person is walking in the street, for a walker street, if they are going to design means they won't bother about. So for walker map, they won't bother about whether the road is a one-way road or two-way road. Okay, so what are the essential features they need, that only they will include, or they will see only the essential things. Unnecessary details they will ignore. That is called what? Abstraction. So understand? So next thing is a state. Okay, so already we have studied about state. What do you mean by state? So last class itself I said, so in what are the places, if state is there means immediately you need to remember one example, traffic signal. Isn't it? So what are the traffic signal, how many states will be there? 3. What are they? Green, red and amber. So you are going to represent that states by using variables. That's important. State means if you are using the state in algorithms or problems or in programs, the state means you should define the state by using variables. Okay. For example, in a traffic signal, green, red, amber. So how many variables you need? 3 variables. That is a set of variables. Understand? Then functions. So what do you mean by functions? So functions also one example I have told. So if you are one paragraph you are going to study, the paragraph will contain nearly 200 lines. So if you are feeling tough to study means you will cut short the paragraph into small paragraph. That small paragraphs we are calling as functions. Understand now? Ready functions means when the algorithm is very complex, they are likewise you are splitting the paragraph, they are dividing into a small portions that is called as what? Function. Okay, then each function you are giving in which format? Specification. Understand? So next thing, state. Again they have given the explanation about state. So in abstraction, the state is the very important thing. Okay, so which is the very important thing in state? Sorry, which is the very important thing in abstraction? State. Okay, so if you are computing the particular algorithms or problem, so that process will have state. Okay, so which is a very important in abstraction? State is a very important in abstraction. Okay, so if you are computing some problems or algorithms, that problems or algorithms will have state. Okay, so in this one best example I will say. So one simple example I will say for the state. Okay, so you are adding, already I said this example in last class. You are adding two numbers. Okay, for that what you will do? So you will assign two variables for that. For example, a equal to 5 and b equal to 10. Okay, what are things you are assigning? Two variables, a equal to 5 and b equal to 10. Okay, then you are adding a plus b, c equal to a plus b. What's the meaning of that one? C equal to a plus b means 5 plus 10. So what's the value of c now? 5 plus 10 equal to 15. C equal to 15. Just remember that example. Now you read this one. Okay, state is the important thing in abstraction. State means what? So you are representing the things in variables. So for adding two numbers, how many variables you have declared? 3. What are the things? For input, two variables. What are they? A equal to 5 and b equal to 10. So a and b are variables. That is input variables. So which is the computational process? Addition is the computational process. A plus b, that is a computational process. Understand now? Now read the second point. So computational process of state. What do you mean by state? State mean be defined by input variable. So computation, adding two numbers a plus b. So that process will have a state. Okay. So this computational process starts with initial state. What do you mean by initial state? Initial state means at the input, at the starting you will give input. So that we are calling as an initial state. So for adding two numbers, what the input you are giving? A and B. A equal to 5 and B equal to 10. That we are calling as an which state? Which state? Initial state. Understand? Then first input you are giving, no, that state we are calling as an initial state. Then you are performing some actions or some calculations. What's the calculation? A plus B. So what's the answer you are getting? 15. So finally you will get some answer. So that we are calling as an which state? Final state. Now read it. As the actions are performed, that means calculations you are doing, at the time the state changes. That means the value of variables are changing. 5 plus 10, initially 5 plus 10, 5 and 10 you are giving. What's the final answer you will get? 15. The same value you are getting? No. So the state is changing. So ends with final state. That means C equal to 15. What value you are getting as the output, that is called which state? Final state. Understand now? Understand? That only again they are giving. State means we are giving by means of variables. Okay. So at any point you can change the values of the variables. Understand what are the things you have studied? State and functions. One time read it. So recall that example and read it. Then only you will get understand. So you are giving the input two variables, that what are the inputs you are giving, that state we are calling as an initial state, then process you are doing, then output you are getting, that value of the output you change, that we are calling as a final state. Understand? Listen. So next thing is a chocolate bar problem. Okay. Which problem? Chocolate bar. So consider one chocolate bar is there. So that chocolate bar is in the shape of rectangular. Okay. So what's the shape of the chocolate bar? Rectangular. Okay. So you are going to divide the chocolate bar into many pieces by cutting horizontally and vertically. What do you mean by horizontal and vertically? One square will be there. For example, one square will be there. Okay, in the square, you are dividing the square into small squares by cutting horizontal and vertical. Okay, so what's the aim? So you are going to break each bar into a small individual squares. Okay, what's the aim? You are going to break that big rectangular chocolate is there. So you are going to break that big chocolate rectangular bar into a small squares. Okay, so first thing you consider, first before you are going to start, how many squares will be there? Before going to start, I am asking. Before going to start, how many squares will be there? Okay. So for example, consider this is a one rectangular. Okay. One rectangular chocolate bar. Consider. So before you are going to start, how many rectangular pieces will be there? One. Totally one. So that only that point. What they are telling? To start with, we have the whole of the bar as a single piece. So before we are going to start, we will consider as a single piece. This is a single piece. Okay. Then a cut is made by choosing a piece. So next you are going to make a cut. One cut you are making. Okay. How many cuts you are making? Only one cut. Okay. So if you made one cut, how many pieces will be there? So think it and say a rectangle box is there, rectangular chocolate. First you are making one cut. So how many pieces will be there? Two pieces. So listen. So this rectangular, so I am making a cut. That is a blue color. So how many pieces will be there? Two. This part one portion and this piece. So likewise two pieces will be there. Isn't it? Isn't it, Donna? Two pieces will be there. Okay. So what's your question means? How many cuts are needed to break the bar into individual squares? So like this, small squares you need to get means how many cuts you need to cut in the rectangular piece. Understand? So what's the question? What's the question? So if you need to cut into small squares, how many cuts needed? Understand? So once again, so you are taking one rectangular chocolate bar. So you are going to cut the chocolate bar into horizontal as well as vertical grooves. Okay. First before you are going to cut, the bar is a single piece of chocolate. Okay. Before how many pieces there? Before you are cutting, how many pieces will be there? Only one piece. But next time you are going to make a one cut. So first cut, the chocolate is divided into two pieces. So what's the question they asked me? So likewise, how many cuts needed to break the chocolate into small individual squares? Understand? So in this problem, first you are going to write the essential things and inessential things. That means this problem you are going to write in an abstraction manner. So what is abstraction? Important essential things you need to write as well as inessential things. It will display only the essential features and it will hide the unessential features. So first you are going to write essential, that means important variables. Okay. So what are the important things you need to note in the problem mean? First, number of pieces. You are cutting the chocolate, no? So while you are cutting, how many pieces can get? That is important. The number of pieces and number of cuts. So two things here very important. What are the things? So you are making 4 cuts means you can able to cut 8 pieces. So what are things are important here? Pieces as well as cuts. How many pieces you are getting as well as how many cuts you are doing. Okay, so what are the essential variables in the problem? Number of pieces as well as number of cuts. Okay, so if you cut the particular chocolate bar into a 4, okay, so listen, the chocolate bar is there. So how many cuts are there? First I am cutting into 1. So 1 means 2 pieces. So I am cutting next time. So how many pieces will be there? 4. So next time again I am made a cut. So how many pieces will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay, likewise, how many pieces you all get, that is the important. Number of pieces as well as number of cuts. These two are very, very important or essential variables in the problem. Okay, so that two variables we are giving in which thing? P and C. So what's the name of the variables? P and C. Okay, P represents number of pieces. Okay, and C represents number of cuts. So what's the meaning of P? Number of pieces. C means number of cuts. Okay, so what do you mean by state? Already you have studied state is the important thing in abstraction. So what do you mean by state? State is abstracted by giving variables. So what are the states? How many states are there? 2. 2 variables. So that 2 variables we are telling as a state. So what are the variables? P and C. Understand? So this is the format of writing abstraction problems. One time read it. So what are the essential variables? So essential variable means important things. So number of pieces. How many pieces you will get? For that pieces, how many cuts you need to make. That two are the essential variables. Okay. The two variables you are representing as P and C. Okay. The P represents number of pieces and C represents number of cuts. So what do you mean by state? State means the variables you are giving as an input, that one we are calling as a state. So how many states there? 2. P and C. Understand? Then irrelevant details. What do you mean by irrelevant? Not essential things. Okay. Essential means important things. Irrelevant means not important things. Okay. So what are the irrelevant details in the problem? Okay. So we can take, they are giving one rectangular chocolate bar, isn't it? Likewise, we can take a piece of cake. A cake you can cut as a small individual. Otherwise, you are going to cut a stamps, postage stamps also. You can take as an example. So what's the problem? The problem need to be cut a chocolate bar into small pieces. Or you can able to cut the stamps into small pieces. Okay. So that's the problem. So that's not a matter. That's one that is not important. But what's your question? You need to, how many cuts you need to get a small squares. That's important. Either you are cutting a chocolate or you are a cake or a postage stamp, that is not important. But your question is, how many cuts need to get individual square. Understand? That only they are giving in irrelevant details. Understand? So listen. So in that example, they have given in a pictorial representation like a rectangular bar. So how many cuts there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So horizontal and vertically they are cutting into 7 cuts. Okay. So what are the essential features already you have studied? So what are the unessential things? Listen. So you are cutting likewise. Okay. So whether you will bother about the shades. For example, you are cutting one cake. The cake is a structure is in a rectangular. So you will cut the, for a birthday party you will cut the cake. So whether you will measure, each piece needs to be a same size. Whether you will measure and cut? No. Simply you will cut. So you won't bother about shape and size of each piece. So that is not a important thing. So they are giving that and all irrelevant details. Okay. So if the size and cuts are also, you can't able to reconstruct. What's the meaning of that one means? So if you made a cut, so in the cut you will get one piece. So after cutting the piece, whether you can able to reconstruct the piece. So already you made a cut. Whether you can so if you made a cut, after that whether you can join that cut to the chocolate and again you can able to cut? No. So that only they are giving. That means P and C means number of pieces and number of cuts. After making the number of pieces and number of cuts, you can't able to reconstruct the size of the particular thing. So these details and all not important or irrelevant to solving the problem. Understand? So what are the things are irrelevant to solving the problem? So size and shape of each species is not important thing. So if you cut, after the cuts you can't able to reconstruct the size. So these are the irrelevant things for your solving problem. Understand how you need to write abstraction problem? Understand or not? Yes. Next thing is the grass, goat and wolf problem. This one already you have studied at the introduction part. I said the story, isn't it? What's the story? A farmer has a goat, a wolf, a grass bundle. So he has the three things. Okay. So he is standing along with these three things to the one end of the river. He needs to cross along with these three things to next opposite side. But a boat can carry only one person at a time. Okay, this you can already have studied. Okay, this is which problem? Specification. In specification, you have studied this one. Okay, so here you are going to write this algorithm in abstraction. Okay, so you are going to write the specification of this problem. Okay, so this problem, how many individuals are there? How many individuals are there? 4. What are they? Farmer, grass bundle, wolf and a goat. So 4 individuals are there. That only they are giving. This problem involves how many individuals? 4. So each of them, first they are standing at which side? One side of the river. So they need to, at the end they need to cross and go to the next side. Okay. So here how many variables you need to represent? 4 individuals are there. Think and see. So how many variables you need to represent that 4 individuals? How many variables? 4 variables. Okay, that only they are giving. So we need to represent the state by 4 variables. What do you mean by state? Representation of variables. So how many variables we need to be there? 4 variables. So listen, and each variables has 2 values. So 4 variables are there. For a farmer 1 variable, goat 1 variable, grass bundle 1 variable, then wolf 1 variable. So these 4 variables each has 2 values. Understand? So what are the 2 values means? Listen, read the next thing. So first they need to stand at the one side of the river. Consider that as a left side. After crossing they need to go to which side? Right side. So how many values will be there? 2 values, L and R. L means they are, that is initial state. They are standing at the left side. R means they are moving to the right side. Understand? So what are the things you have studied here? So in this problem, how many variables required to declare? 4. What are they? 4 individuals are there. So 4 variables you need to declare. So each variables you have how many values? 2 values. That means L and R. So that means L means they are standing in the first left side. R means first, again they are crossing the river and going to stand at the right side. So each variables have 2 values. Understand? So what are things you have studied? Now you are writing as a algorithm. Okay. So at the initial state, okay, initial state starting, the 4 of them, farmer, goat, grass and wolf. So 4 of them are standing in which side? Left side. Okay, please understand and study, otherwise you won't get understand. Please listen carefully. So initially 4 of them are standing in which side? Left side. Who are them? Farmer, goat, grass and wolf. Equal to each of them are standing in which side? Left side. So left side you are representing in which variable? L. So L comma L comma L. That means each of them are standing in left side. So each of them they are representing in a variable L, left side. Understand? So this is the initial state. Then final state, actually at the last stage they need to stand at which side? Right side. So right side you are giving the value as an R. So what are the things? Farmer, goat, grass and wolf. At the final state they need to stand at which side? Right side. So R, R and R. Understand? Next, you are going to write the specification for this problem. Okay. So, what's the format for writing specification? Last class we got studied. First, you need to give the name of the algorithm. Then, inputs, then outputs, property of input and output. Isn't it? So you are going to write the specification algorithm. So what's the name of the algorithm they are giving? Cross river. Okay, what's the name of the algorithm? So algorithm name they have given us a cross river. Okay, so which is at the initial state we are giving us an input. So what's the initial state? So input you need to write in a command line. So command line starts with 2 dashes. Okay, so inputs, what are the inputs? Farmer, goat, grass and wolf are starting in this one as a input. So what's the output? At the long stage they need to stand at right side. So this is the output. Okay, so input and output you have noted. Algorithm name you have written, input you have written, output you have written. Then what's the next step? You need to give the property for the input. So listen, for that they are giving what's the condition. So if the goat cannot be left alone with grass, whether you can left the goat with grass, if you left the goat along with the grass means the goat will eat all the grass. So that one you need to write in a format. Okay, so that they are giving if goat equal to grass. If goat is left along with the grass, so the goat can eat all the grass. So you can't be able to leave the goat along with grass. So the goat always needs to with whom? Farmer. Understand? So you can't be able to left the goat along with the grass. If he left means the goat will eat all the grass. So the goat along with farmer. Understand, that is farmer equal to goat. That's the first condition. Then second condition. So if the goat cannot be left alone with the wolf, because the wolf can eat the goat. So if the condition you are going, so if goat equal to wolf, if the goat left with the wolf means the wolf will eat the goat. So always the goat along with farmer. Understand what are the things you have studied here? Understand or not? So one time read it. So what are the things? Algorithm, name of the algorithm you have written. What's the name of the algorithm? What's the name of the algorithm? Cross a river. Then inputs you have given. How many types of inputs are there? 2 inputs. What are the inputs? How many inputs are there? 2 inputs. What are they? Farmer, goat and grass. That they are initially they are standing in left side. Finally they are in right side. That's the output. So 2 conditions you are giving. So what's the condition? If the goat can be left alone with grass means the goat will eat all the. So if goat equal to grass means it is not possible. So always the goat needs to stand along with farmer. Next thing, if a goat needs to stand along with wolf means wolf eat the goat. So it is not possible. The goat always stands with what? A goat. So understand what are the conditions you are giving. First in specification problem means you need to write the algorithm, inputs, then condition. Understand? Then okay, so that's the farmer goat problem. 2 problems we have studied, chocolate bar problem as well as farmer goat problem. Okay, next one is assignment statement. Okay, next one you are going to study about which statement? Assignment statement. Okay, assignment statement means nothing but you are going to assign some values to the variables. Okay, what do you mean by assignment statement? You are going to assign some values to the variables. So already you have studied the variables are the named boxes to store values. What do you mean by named boxes? For example, A equal to 5, B equal to 10. So A and B are the named boxes to store values 5 and 10. Understand what do you mean by variables? For example, A equal to 5 and B equal to 10. So we are calling that variables A and B are the named boxes. For storing values, to store what are the values? 5 and 10. Okay, so that's the use of assignment statement. So what's the meaning of variable? Variables are the named boxes for storing values. Okay, what's the use of assignment statement? This statement is used to store value in a variable. For example, A equal to 5 means the value 5 is stored to the variable A. Okay, so this and all already you know. If you one time if you read means also you can able to understand. So always the variable needs to left on the right side. A equal to 5 means, so for example see here M equal to 2. So variable you always written on the which side? Left side. And next is the assignment operator, that is equal to is the assignment operator, and the value you should return at the right side. So what's the condition? So variable you are writing in the left side, then you are giving the assignment operator, the value you are writing in the right side. Okay, then while you are executing the statement, so what's the meaning of this is a syntax. Okay, so already you know this is a syntax. Variable syntax means just like a formula. Okay, max you will study formula, no? Similarly, in program we are calling that as a syntax. Okay, so this is a format for representing variable and value. What's the format? First you need to give variable, then this assignment statement is to equal to the assignment statement, then value. Variable means A. The value means any one value. A, B, C, D. Likewise, A equal to 5, B equal to 10, C equal to 15. Understand? So, when you are executing this thing, what's the meaning of that one? What value you are giving at the right side, that value is assigned to the variable. Understand? So, one example they have given m equal to 2. So, what's the meaning of that one? The value 2 is stored in the variable m. So, what's the meaning of this one? The value 2 is stored in the variable m. So, what's the meaning of this one? The value 2 will be assigned to the variable m. See this picture. So, likewise, if you are giving means, so in the memory, the variable m will stored at the value 2. Okay, understand? So, what's the meaning of this one? The value of value 2 is stored in the variable m. So, if you are given like this means in the memory, the 2 will be stored in the variable m. Okay. So, listen, if the variable already has a value, okay, for example, in that example you are giving m equal to 2. So, already if any, in that same variable m, you have given some other value means, okay. So, for example, m equal to 2 they have given. So, already you have given m equal to 3. So, already you are giving some other values to that variable means you need to change the value on the right side. So, always you are going to change the value in the right side, isn't it? So, when you need to change the variable in the right side, if the variable already has a value, if a variable has already a value stored in it means you need to change the value to the variable on the right side. Okay. So, if you are changing that value, the old value, already you have stored some values, no, that value will get lost. Understand? So, you are going to change the value of the variable in the which side? Right side. So, if you are changing the value of the variable means the old value will get lost. Okay. For that, you need to give like this. Okay. So, to change the value of the variable, so you need to give the assignment statement like this. Variable is to equal to expression. Okay. What's the format for giving this one, changing the value? Variable is equal to expression. Okay. So, using this one, you are going to change the value for the variable. So, what's the meaning of this one? So, you are giving some expression. Based on that expression, you are changing that variable. So, that new value is, that our updated value is changed to the variable. Okay. See the example. So, m is to equal to m plus 3. That means you are going to add 3 with that value. Okay. What's the meaning of that one? You are going to add the value 3 with to the variable m. So, already you have given what's the value of m? m2. So, you are changing now the value of m is get changed. Isn't it? So, already the old value of m2. After changing the value of this variable, the old value will get lost. Understand? So, here see. So, in this expression, in the place of expression, you are giving what? M plus 3. Isn't it? M plus 3. So, what's the current value of m now? M plus 3 means? So, for old value is substitute here m equal to 2. So, 2 plus 3. What's the value? 5. So, what's the value of m now? 5. So, okay, what's the value of m now? 5. So, now the value 5 is stored to the variable m. So, what's the old value? 2. So, now the old value is changed to the new value 5. Understand? What's the meaning of this one? So, if you are updating or changing the value in the place of expression, what's the old value is there? The old value will get lost. The new value is changed in the place of the old value. So, what's the new value now? 5. Now, 5 is stored to the variable m. Understand? So, how you need to perform means the two sides you need to change the value means you are giving this symbol, isn't it, is 2 equal to. So this symbol we are calling as in which one? Assignment operator. What's the name of this symbol? Is 2 equal to, this we are calling as in which operator? Assignment operator. Okay. So this symbol we need to read as a form of becomes or assigned. How you need to read this symbol? This is important one more question. How you need to read this symbol? Is 2 equal to becomes or assigned. Okay. So read it now. So V, like this they are giving. V is 2 equal to. So V becomes E. So whenever you have found this symbol, you need to read the symbol as becomes. So like this means you need to read the value, that means V becomes E. So understand? Okay, remaining things we can continue in the next class. Okay, till you have studied about today, what are the things you have studied? Chocolate bar problem as well as farmer goat wolf problem. So after completion of this session, please read it, write it, study and write it. Okay, that's a homework for you. Please, so remaining things we can continue in the next class. Okay, thank you students. Thank you.